Hello, lovely people. I welcome you once again to Bright and Clara's channel. Thank you all for clicking. This is episode 32 on Project Noah. Hooray! The long awaited video. A lot of people have been asking, when are you going to post Project Noah? Project Noah. And so, boom. Today we are back at Project Noah. This was designed by Mr. Jonathan Tete. Okay, beautiful house with a garage, with a roof terrace, beautiful one room at the terrace area for relaxation. Previously, this was the roof that we had. Along the line, we had a change of mind, so we changed the roofing. This is supposed to be an aluminium sheet, but I requested we change it to an Euro tiles. Euro tiles befit the building. It's beautiful, long lasting compared to the aluminium. That doesn't mean that aluminium isn't good, but looking at the kind of house we have here, I prefer we have an Euro tiles to that of aluminium sheet. Okay, yes. And so I decided to convince the client, and we shifted from the aluminium or aluzinc to Eurotiles. And so I'll be sharing that rendering with you. Okay, this is the front entrance design that we got. That is a new entrance design. And currently this is how the roof is going to look like. And we have skylight, as you can see, on top of the roof. Those are skylight. It gives you the reflection of the sun ray into the building. You understand? So we have two at the front and two at the back. Okay, so basically that's how the house is designed. Okay, that is how the house is designed. And so I'll be sharing the progress made so far. Previously, we ended the video on episode 31. So I reckon you go and watch episode 31 and come here. And then also the project size, the size of this house in total square meters. Okay, I have given in millimeter, in meters, and in feet. That is what I've indicated. So if you want in feet, yes, 153.54 times 88.435. It will give you the total square feet. Total square feet. Okay, and then you know the size of the house, how big the house is. So I don't want you to come to me and ask me what is the size of the house, because you've already watched the video. Okay, so take your time and watch all the videos. Okay, so we are casting the slab area, the terrace area is being cast, and as you can see, the staircase cast. Mostly we do that because the staircase consumes a lot, and so we want to start from the bottom of the staircase all the way up. You understand? Yes. And then the staircase also, we put in the ratio of the cement is different. We want to make sure there's enough cement. We don't want to hear any knocking or sound. Now there's one thing I have come to notice, and we've learned along the line, that it is not good to cast concrete in the hot day, or maybe during the hot time of the day. When it's extremely hot, it is not good for your concrete slabs. It is always best to cast your concrete early in the morning or later in the day. Later in the day when the sun is a little bit down, because when the sun is up and you're casting your concrete, it affects the concrete temperature. You understand? And that creates the cracks and create potholes within the slab. And before you know, when it rains, it starts leaking. You understand? Yes, it needs a very cold temperature to be able to bond properly, and then be able to seal everything, and there's no potholes within them, there's no crack in them. And that's why in most advanced contractors, when they are putting up such concrete slab, when they are done, they cover the surfaces with racks. You understand? They cover the entire surfaces with racks or even with sand, so that there's no direct sunlight onto the surface of the concrete being cast. In this way, you avoid cracks on the surfaces. I understand, and you avoid potholes that easily give chances to water to be absorbed through the slab. You understand? And also, it affects the concrete stability. You understand? It affects the concrete stability, and so it does not allow the cement to be able to bond properly with the sand. And so when you touch it, it feels as though there's no cement in the slab, and you start feeling that it start peeling off. The concrete will start peeling off. You understand? Because the temperature was not good during the time of the casting. So always remember, advise your contractor to cast the concrete after midday. After midday, it's okay to cast the concrete. So they will need light in the night to be able to see visibility. Or they can start at dawn. Maybe by 4:30, they start casting the concrete. By 9, 10, 11, they are done. By that time, the hot sun has not yet appeared. You understand? So it will be okay to do that. And once they do that, let them cover the surfaces with racks, okay, or pour some amount of sand. But I think that would be another cost. But they should get racks, okay. Those racks, they can cover the entire surfaces to avoid a direct sunlight. Here, you don't understand what is happening. Our client just bought another 6 plot directly opposite his building. Okay, he bought another 6 plot. And so we need to put up the perimeter fence wall. And that is exactly what we are doing. Okay, so we are digging the trench for the perimeter fence wall for a 6 plot. Okay, yes, he really likes what we did for him. Yes, he came to Ghana and he was super excited. He was super excited. Okay, he didn't get to meet me because I was in Ghana last year, September, and I had a good time visiting the site twice. And so this time around, he came after I have left. And so he came to meet part of the project. And so we did a video call and he congratulated me and my team for the hard work, especially to my brother, who is the project coordinator going there. So this is Chopoli. Very beautiful area. There are a lot of church resource centers available behind us. It is not close to us, but when you're coming and you enter the township, you will see those beautiful churches building. They have prayer centers and all of that. And then from there, you're heading towards our property. So it's not as though it's an isolated area. No, it's not. In fact, if you've been to Chopoli before, prior to getting to this estate, this is an estate area, you will love it. You understand? The only issue is to do with the roads. And that is not the only issue. It's not the issue pertaining to this location. It's an issue everywhere in Ghana where people sell land and they don't take care of the roads. You understand? If everybody should take care of the road, everywhere will be okay to live, depending on your taste and affordability of the land. So my team, Mr. Adade, is demarcating the lines for the perimeter fence wall, and then we're going to go ahead and start digging. Okay, and so that is what we're going to do. This is a total of a 6 plot. Okay, 6 plots, and we're going to put up a very beautiful perimeter fence wall. Okay, a very beautiful perimeter fence wall. So Project Noah is back, and as you can see, the slab has been cast. It looks beautiful with the staircase, and then the gutters, which is a cantilever. I remember there's a new project that I'm supposed to take, but the client is considering other areas because the estimate that I gave him, he felt as though it is expensive, but it is not. So I suggest that we get even a quantity surveyor, because most people want me to build. If you want me to build for you and you have my best interest, if you have an estimate, why don't we even go to a quantity surveyor, get the estimate from a quantity surveyor and say, Mr. Bright, this is the estimate I want you to use to build my house. It's very simple, and I'll go ahead and build the house for you. You understand? So cantilevers are expensive, and you can see that on this project we had a lot of cantilevers all around. You understand? Iron rods, the boards, and everything that goes into it. Okay, so the cost of your house is dependent upon your design. You have to factor that into your mind. The cost of your house is dependent upon the design that you come with. You see that cantilever, you see that projected slab, that protruding slab that you saw somewhere, you thought it was beautiful, but you don't know how much it cost. But you just copied it and said, I want the same thing, without knowing how much it cost. Yes, that is a problem. You understand? And when you see things, they are beautiful, but you don't know how much it cost. But you want the same thing. And so when the cost is given to you, don't be afraid. That is the cost. All you have to do is sit and plan and say, this is how I'm going to break this. This is how I'm going to pay for this. You see, this is how we move forward. But when you get given an estimate and you freak out, it's as though you already know how much it's going to cost you to build, but you don't know. You understand? So we get a quantity surveyor and they give you an estimate. Then we compare with mine. Once you compare the estimate with mine, said, okay, I think we go with the quantity surveyor. And I believe in me, I will always go with the quantity surveyor. You understand? I will always go with the quantity surveyor. You understand? So Project Noah is coming up nicely. You can see this is a total of a 12 plot. And we put up the perimeter fence wall and did everything. We are going to start off with the second phase. And so there's so much videos I'm going to be sharing with you. If you love this one, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you've not. And again, my name is Mr. Bright Antonio. I am the CEO of B&C Constructions. From me to you, shalom. God bless you. Bye-bye.